next question was from Anne, and she was wondering how to use the slat templates. Okay, so the slat template, I'm going to open the slats, and I'm going to open an actual photo. I should have done that. Image, stop. And might not be springtime, but close enough. So the templates can be used in different ways. Typically, you're going to use it a little bit like a mask. So you can take the template, copy it, put it on top of your image, which in this case is a bit big. My image was resized. This was 3000, so let's just enlarge my image to 3000. I had forgotten that I had resized this image. It takes a while to size up, but it can. At least now it can do a fairly good job with the last couple of versions of PaintShop. There. So I'll just put my slats. Okay. And as you can see, my slats are not the same proportion. So I have the option to resize it or just use my magic wand here. Select everything that is not on my slat. So I choose the opacity and making sure the contiguous is unchecked. I click on the outside and I'll go back to my image. Since it's a background, I have to promote it. And I hit the delete key. Deselect, and now I have it cut out. That is one way to do it. So another way will be, let's remove this layer. I can use this as a mask. Be careful, however, that if you use it as a mask with the mask layer and not the way we used to do it, it will match the proportion. So in that case, it will spread the slats to cover the area, but it might be a look that you want. So you can go to layers, new mask layer from image, and you have here you have to select which one it is. And in this case, because it's not black and white, it's opaque versus not opaque, you want the source opacity checked and not the source luminance. Source opacity. You click OK, and there you have it. As you can see, it is stretched, but that's another way to do it. If you are unsure about using something that is in PNG, you can right click and flatten it. So now you have that black and white that you are used to use. Again, you can go to layers, a new mask layer, from image. You find the actual one. You want a source luminance, but then you have to make sure that you will invert the mask data, especially in this case, because black will block. So in this case, you don't want the black to block. You want the opposite. and you get the same result. Now, for changing the lettering, very simple, is that those letters were simply added with a script. So I used a script, but if you want, you can fill, for example, I'll use my paintbrush set to round, just tiny, and black, and I can fill to remove the white. Be careful when it's closer. And now you can add another word in white. You'll want to have filled with white. Activate your text tool. And you can choose whatever other font you want. So let's say that I want to have birthday. Maybe I want to have B. It's really didn't go to the white. Okay, I have white, no outline. This is way too small, so let's go with 300. I'm not sure exactly how many will do. But here, one thing you might have a hard time is making the whole word to fit, because the slats are even and the lettering is not even. If you look at, maybe the spacing is even, but each letter is a different width. So you might want to then have to only write one letter at a time. So you have the B, you put the B, you put it here. Then you put an I. Oh, let's go in uppercase. R. And you can center it, etc. You can see how it's going to go. It's kind of a long way because, well, that's why the script was made, in order to make this process faster. And then now that you have it, you could, for example, move everything off. So you have one slat empty on each side. And then since this is made of black and white, I can go again to layers, new mask layer from image. I'm going to get the word slat. Even if it's not saved, it can still be used because it is open on the canvas. And in this case, I'm going to use the source luminance because it's black and white. And I have it here. It is stretched to match this image. If needed, I could have cropped my image to a square format, and I can use it that way. Hey there! I hope you found this information helpful. If you're curious to dive deeper and explore more about PaintShop Pro, we've got a wealth of resources waiting for you in our membership area. There, you'll find in-depth classes, workshops, Q&A sessions, and much more to help you enhance your PaintShop Pro and digital scrapbooking skills. Feel free to check it out. The link is in the video description below. Thanks for watching, and see you in the campus!